One stormy evening, Ethan, the curious explorer, was wandering through an old, abandoned university when he stumbled upon a hidden door behind a bookshelf. The door had a sign covered in dust, barely readable: Experimental Science Lab, Restricted Access. Intrigued, Ethan pushed the door open, revealing a dark underground laboratory filled with ancient computers, glass tubes bubbling with strange liquids, and a massive vault locked behind thick steel doors. A flickering monitor turned on by itself, displaying a single message. The message read, "The experiment must not be forgotten. Solve the puzzles to reveal the truth." With his heart pounding, Ethan knew he had no choice but to uncover the secrets hidden inside this lost lab. Challenge 1: The Code of Elements. On a dusty whiteboard, Ethan found a chemical equation written in fading ink. H2O plus equals unlock. Below it were 3 buttons labeled with different elements. 1 O, oxygen; 2 Na, sodium; 3 C, carbon. Ethan remembered his chemistry lessons. H2O is water, and adding oxygen, O, creates H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. He pressed the oxygen button. Click. The first lock on the vault released. Challenge 2: The Time Lock Puzzle. To access the next step, Ethan had to unlock a high-tech digital clock frozen at midnight. On a nearby table, he found a journal entry dated April 5th, 1973, with a handwritten note. The note read, "Time stands still for those who forget, but moves forward for those who remember." Realizing this was a clue, Ethan set the clock to 4:05, matching the date in the journal. The second lock released with a beep. Challenge 3: The AI Guardian's Riddle. The final step was a talking AI robot, covered in rust but still operational. Its eyes flickered as it spoke. "Before you enter, answer this. I have keys but open no locks. I have space but no room. You use me every day. What am I?" Ethan grinned. He knew this one. A keyboard. The AI's lights blinked green, and the final lock on the vault clicked open. The final discovery. Inside the vault, Ethan found a glowing vial labeled Project Infinity and stacks of research papers detailing a forgotten experiment to create unlimited energy. But suddenly, an alarm blared through the lab. A robotic voice echoed. "Unauthorized access detected. Initiating lockdown in 10, 9, 8. Ethan grabbed the vial and sprinted for the exit. Just as the doors slammed shut behind him, he escaped into the night, clutching the greatest scientific discovery never revealed to the world. But was this only the beginning? And who tried to bury this secret lab in the first place? Stay tuned for more thrilling discoveries on Curious Explorer. One hot afternoon, Ethan, the curious explorer, found himself deep in the desert, standing before an ancient, forgotten pyramid that wasn't on any map. Legend spoke of a hidden chamber inside, one that no explorer had ever found. Armed with his notebook, flashlight, and a sense of adventure, Ethan stepped inside the pyramid's entrance. As he walked through the narrow passageways, torches on the walls lit up one by one, as if the pyramid was awakening. Then, the stone door behind him slammed shut. He was trapped. The only way out? Solve the pyramid's riddles and uncover its deepest secret. Challenge 1: The Wall of Symbols. Ahead of Ethan was a massive stone wall covered in mysterious symbols. At its center, an inscription read, "Only the one who understands time may pass." Below the text were 3 ancient sundials, each pointing to a different time: 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. Ethan remembered that in Egyptian mythology, Ra, the sun god, was strongest at noon, so he touched the sundial pointing to 12 o'clock. The wall rumbled and split apart, revealing a staircase leading downward. Challenge 2: The Shifting Sand Trap. At the bottom of the staircase, Ethan found himself in a large chamber with a sand-covered floor. Suddenly, the sand began to sink, pulling him down. On the wall, for words glowed faintly: wind, water, time, shadow. One of them was the key to escaping. Thinking quickly, Ethan remembered that wind could move sand, so he pressed the word wind. A gust of air blew through the chamber, pushing the sand away and revealing a stone bridge leading to the next room. Challenge 3: The Guardian's Final Test. Ethan entered the last chamber and saw a massive stone statue of Anubis, the guardian of the underworld. In its hands was an ancient golden tablet with one final puzzle. I can be cracked, made, told, and played. What am I? Ethan thought hard. Cracked? Told? Played? Then it hit him. A joke. As soon as he said the answer, the statue's eyes glowed blue, and the tablet moved aside, revealing a hidden golden amulet. Escape and the final mystery. Ethan sprinted back up the passageway as the walls started closing in. With one final leap, he reached the exit just as the pyramid's entrance sealed itself forever. Breathing heavily, he looked down at the golden amulet. On its surface, a new message appeared. This is not the end, but the beginning of a greater mystery. Where would this clue lead next? And what secrets were still waiting to be uncovered? Stay tuned for more thrilling adventures on Curious Explorer. On a misty morning, Ethan, the curious explorer, was walking along the shore when he spotted something strange in the distance: a massive, abandoned ship swaying gently on the waves. There was no sign of life aboard, yet the ship looked eerily well preserved, as if it had sailed straight out of an old legend. Intrigued, Ethan climbed aboard, stepping carefully on the creaky wooden deck. The silence was deafening. As he wandered through the empty corridors, he discovered an old map pinned to the wall, covered in mysterious symbols and markings. Some parts were faded, but one thing was clear: it pointed to a hidden treasure somewhere deep inside the ship. Ethan followed the map's clues, leading him to a locked cabin at the heart of the ship. On the door, an engraving read: "To unlock the past, you must solve its secret." Below the inscription was a riddle: the more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? Ethan thought for a moment, then smiled. Footsteps, he whispered. With a click, the lock released, and the door creaked open. Inside the cabin, the floor was unstable, moving as if controlled by an invisible force. Ethan noticed 3 pressure plates on the ground, each labeled with numbers: 5, 10, and 15. A note on the wall read: "Only the number that balances all can keep you safe." Ethan analyzed the weights and realized that dividing each by itself gave the same answer: 1. He stepped on the plate marked 10, and instantly, the floor stabilized. At the end of the room, he found an ancient wooden chest, locked with a combination lock. Scratched on the top were the words: "Time holds the answer." Looking at the map again, he noticed a barely visible date: 1623. Could it be the code? He entered 1-6-2-3 into the lock and click. The chest creaked open, revealing a golden compass with strange engravings. Suddenly, the ship began to tremble, as if awakening from centuries of slumber. Ethan grabbed the compass and dashed towards the deck. As he jumped onto the shore, the ship vanished into the mist, as if it had never existed. Looking at the compass, he noticed a new inscription appearing slowly: "This is only the beginning. Keep exploring."